Hey, I just had to stop by the market real quick and get some more ribbons because there's a lack of pink in today's outfit, and that just cannot do. And since I can definitely fix that, I'm going to go ahead and just do it real quick in my car. Anyways, but what was I going to tell you? Oh, okay. So this is what I was about to talk about also. I swear, I think Facebook and YouTube are great, but they are such distractors, you don't even know. I'm just folding it over and doing that real quick with it. Okay, so before I got into my car to come back to the convention, I watched a YouTube video from one of the people I subscribe to, and I'm not going to call her out because this isn't going to be the best review of something she's advocating right now. There is this guy, I think he calls himself King James. Yeah. He is a fitness personal trainer and a health guru, expert type guy. And, from the looks of him, I can definitely say he is definitely in shape. He is doing a good job of making himself nice and cut and looking the way he wants to make himself look. However, right now he's trying to sell a reality show, which he might be getting out on the air. We'll see, we'll see what ends up happening. But he has an approach that is, we'll say that it is not exactly the most popular approach. He cares a lot about the black community, and it's no secret that our diet is not healthy. Look at soul food. Look at the stuff that we like to eat. It is not good for you. And it seems like a lot of black Americans, myself included, don't know the difference between sometimes food and everyday food. It's one thing to eat really unhealthy food on a holiday party or on something like the weekend, but we tend to make a habit of it. We'll have the fried pork chops and macaroni and cheese on Sunday dinner, and then on Monday we'll do it again. We'll eat something else that's just incredibly tasty but very unhealthy. So there's a lack of balance, in my opinion, in our culture. We don't want to tell ourselves no. And this is not to say that we should always say no to ourselves, or we should never be able to enjoy soul food. However, the way I'm doing it for myself is I only eat bad food, or really unhealthy, especially unhealthy food. I try to only do it once a week. It's the weekend, I might maybe do it twice a week. I let the weekends be my bad time, but throughout the week I try to be good. My eating more vegetables and more fruit than anything else. So back to this guy, this King James fitness guy. His approach, in my opinion, is not a very effective approach. And he was on someone else's YouTube page today, pushing himself as a trainer and pushing himself for his show and his method. But he kept stating a bunch of things that were just simply untrue. First of all, he was saying that all the other reality shows out there about weight loss never show the really big people. It's always medium people and smaller people who can already do much more than a lot of the bigger people can do. First of all, I guess he's never seen Biggest Loser, because the people who are on Biggest Loser are much bigger than a lot of other people, and they're able to start them exercising every day hardcore and get them on the path to a healthier lifestyle. Now, are they going to be able to actually keep that up when they leave the show? Honestly, I can't say for sure. But what I can say is that They have taken people who were incredibly unhealthy, that were like class 3, class 4, obese, and gotten them to a much healthier and better weight for themselves, in spite of the fact that they weren't flexible. They hadn't exercised since high school, so they were like super out of shape. They couldn't, even touch their toes or make it up a flight of stairs. And they got them to a point where they were able to just really outperform me. I exercise, but I'm not where I used to be. I used to be in swim team. I was gymnastics. I did cheerleading. I'm only 5 feet tall. I was like the little petite little muscle thing and not much else. Anyways, but back to this guy. So that's the first thing. Like, he just completely lied about other reality shows. And then he said, that 3/4 of Americans are obese. And that's just not true. And he goes on to try to defend himself against the way he talks to people. But he's very demeaning. He demeans people. He's dehumanizing, like, get your fat ass this, and, get your black ass that. And he says that basically that he has to be that way because the hand-holding approach isn't effective. I don't think that, what's her face, Jillian, whatever her face is hand-holding at all. She can be stern, she can be, tough and getting people's asses without saying things that devalues them as individuals. And to tell you the truth, and then he had the nerve to say that he has a 100% success rate. I gotta tell you, nobody has a 100% success rate. That's the first sign that it's bullshit. I'm sorry. There's just no effing way that he has 100% success rate. Because first of all, I know people have had to quit from him because there's only so much emotional abuse someone's going to be willing to take, and especially black women. We are not going to be sitting here letting some guy cuss at us and call us names and demean us. No, hell no. We are not putting up with that. I know I wouldn't. I certainly would not. So he just really irritated the hell out of me, on top of the fact that he tried to lie about other shows. He tried to lie about the facts and the stats, which he's saying that he knows. Then he had a nerve to try to say that he has a 100% success rate and that the other approaches don't work. Please. Oh, and then the other thing at the very end, he kind of, not at the end, but one of the things that really stuck out at me is, he says, there are ladies and there are hood rats. And then he said there are black folk and then there are Negroes. Let me explain something to you. I hope you see this, mister. I'm not that far from St. Louis. If I have to come up there and whoop your ass, I will. First of all, to try to distinguish between a Negro and a black folk, that just displays an amount of ignorance that is offensive to me. A Negro, and I am a Negro, is a person that has slave heritage. It's someone who is descendant from an American Negro, someone who has slave ancestors as part of their family tree. That is what a Negro is. There is no difference between a person, a good black person, and a Negro. So to try to say that, if you're Negro, you're not like a good black folk, is ignorant, it's ethnicist, and it's insulting to our culture. So you need to fix that, and fix that quick, because you need to get out of that mentality. Why do you think it's called, United Negro College Fund, for goodness sakes? That's what we are. We are Negroes. And there's nothing wrong with calling yourself a Negro. At least it means something. All right? And I just had to throw that out there because you said that and that just annoyed the hell out of me. Anyways. So I'm on my way back to the convention. I'm going to make another video about what I bought at the grocery store real quick because it brings up something else. It goes into health. It's really important to, well, I'll just go into that in the next video. Love you. Ah! I hope you see that, Mr. James, because that's bullshit. Okay.